think this is a really important subject to talk about. I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and I think that as coaches, we, to an extent, my diva ring just fell off. We need to detach ourselves from the results of our clients. And I'll give you a little bit background information, but I think this is a really important topic to talk about because so many coaches pit, I guess, their ability to coach against the people that they coach as results. And to an extent, there has got to be a time where you draw a line and you stop and detach yourself from their results, because you will have a mixture of clients. You will have a mixture of clients. And so I want to kind of talk about the different type of clients today. And I want to talk about the fact that, like, you as a coach, if you have clients that are not acting in your business, it's not necessarily a reflection of you. Sometimes it is. Sometimes you didn't coach them that well. Other times it's just not. It's not a reflection of you. So I want to talk about that today. So we have to have this conversation because coaches, we take so many things personally that we need to stop taking personally. As a coach, there becomes this line that we tend to cross a little bit too often. It's the line of friendship. It's the line of almost caring too much, because as coaches, we're super caring people, right? We want to help everyone all of the time. That's why we began coaching to begin with, right? Was to help as many people get the results that they could get as soon as humanly possible. But sometimes your clients don't get the results. Your clients don't take action in their business. Sometimes your clients sign up with you as a one-on-one coach and then literally do nothing with it. You will come into contact with two types of people as a coach. You will come into contact with people who are at a cause and people who are at effect. That's a fancy NLP term. Let me break it down to you into like real people speak. You will have clients who will own their shit. They will take responsibility for all of their actions. They will sit here and they'll say, you know what? You're right. You're right, I didn't fucking do that. You're right, I should have done this. You're right. Or they'll just be like, I could have done this better. I could have handled this better. I could have moved more in my business. And then you will have the clients that are at effect. Effect is, it's basically they don't own their shit and they blame everyone and their mother for their own misfortunes, their miscomings, their lack of moving in their business. So they'll say, well, you weren't a good coach. Oh, well, you didn't help me do this. Oh, well, you weren't there for me when I needed you. Oh, well, it's you, it's not them. And so you will come into contact with two different type of people. The people who own their shit and the people who don't. Now, first off, the people that own their shit typically will move in their business. And if they don't, they will own the fact that it's on them and not you. Those are great people. We love those people. But we do get this gray area of people, the people who will not own their shit, the people who, once they realize they haven't moved in their business, they start to realize they may have spent money that they necessarily could have saved. They could have spent it somewhere else. They felt that they wasted their money because they never acted. That's nothing to do with you as a coach. That is everything to do with them. They did not move. They did not act. They did not move in their business. It's not you, it's them. And we have to draw a line sometimes and detach ourselves from their results. Both ways. Same thing. If you have a client who's fucking crushing it, you have to detach yourself a little from those results. If you have a client who literally doesn't move in her business after working with you for months, you have to detach yourself from those results as well. You cannot get emotionally attached to your clients, which is really hard. Because you want to help them, you want to be there for them, you want to be their best friend, but you aren't their best friend. I was on a call with one of my clients, Sherry, yesterday, and she said something so perfect. And she said, I'm not their fucking mother. And I was like, yes. We as women, we are nurturers, right? We try so hard to take on everyone's feelings, to take on everyone's lack, to take on everything. And so when we have a client who doesn't move in their business, who is struggling the entire time that they are working with us, we embody that, right? And so all of a sudden we get out of coach mode and we go into mother mode. And mother mode is where you want to do all of the work for them. You are their coach, not their mother. You are their coach, not their best friend. They have to do the work. If you sit here and you do the work for them, what lesson will they learn? Nothing. They will coast through, and you know what will happen. They'll stop signing up with you. You have then done all of the work, and then they're out on their own and they will sink. because they have no idea how to run their own business. They have no idea how to create programs. They have no idea how to do anything because you have done it for them. This is not the 6th grade. They are not your child coming home with a science project. And you cannot be their mother. You cannot sit here and say to your client, go sit on the couch. I'm going to stay up till midnight, paper macheing a replica of a volcano. I'm going to paint that shit. It's going to be great. And then you're going to turn it in and the teacher knows your kid didn't fucking do that shit. Your kid is eating fucking glue on a popsicle stick during the day. He did not create a replica of a fucking volcano. And so when you do that to your client, when you mother your client too much, they don't do anything on their own. They become super reliant on you like a child. You're already a mother. You don't need more children. You need clients who do what they do. You cannot be expected to do all of the work for them. And you need to be able to detach yourself from the fact that that's going to piss people off. A lot of people think one-on-one coaching is, I'm going to come to you, you're going to tell me all of the answers, you're going to do all of the work, and then I'm going to walk away and I'm going to make 10K months and I'm going to be balling. No, girl, no. That's not how one-on-one coaching is. One-on-one coaching is an incubator to bounce ideas off of. To be able to sit here and say, I have this idea, and for me to be like, I think that's a great idea. Now, what are you going to do about it? Coaching is me trying to empower you to act, to motivate you, to inspire you, to get you off your ass. If your ass is glued to that couch, that ain't on me, that is on you. If you don't want to do the work that's required to be a coach, that's not on me, that's on you. And so I think this is a really important topic to discuss. And I will tell you that the reason I got up and spoke about this topic today is because I had a past client message me today and tell me that she did not feel like I was a very good coach. This is about 4 months after. And she was skipping her payment plans. And so she decided to, instead of take responsibility for her own actions, own her shit and her lack of movement, she decided to blame it all on me. And that's okay. Whatever helps her sleep at night. But it needs to be said and it needs to be spoken about. And I think this is, the universe always shows me things, maybe not in the best way, but she tells me bitch, get up and talk about this because this is so important. It is not your responsibility that they move in their business. It is theirs. They have got to take action in their business or they're not going to move. They're not going to have the results that you are. That's why I never guarantee an ROI when you work for me because it has nothing to do with me. It's everything to do with you. You've got to get off your ass and you've got to put in the work, just like I said in the video yesterday. You're not going to become a 6-figure coach by sitting in a bathtub and eating bonbons, drinking fucking rosé, expecting money just to fall out of the ceiling. It's not how it happens. You have to do the work. And if you're that coach who has worked with multiple one-on-one coaches and your business isn't moving, what is the common denominator? It's the same thing in relationships. If you were in a series of really shitty relationships and you have spent every relationship saying they suck, they're terrible, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, you're cool, fuck you, but you haven't sat there and taken the time to reflect on yourself and all of the reasons those relationships went bad because of you. It's the same thing with coaching. If you are someone out there who has had multiple one-on-one coaches and your business isn't moving, your business isn't taking off the way it is, and all you keep saying here is this coach sucked, this coach sucked, oh, I expected more from this coach. It has nothing to do with the coaches. What is the common denominator in that? It's you. So own the fact that you may not be moving the way you should. Own the fact that you may have not shown up the way you should. People, successful coaches are at cause, which means they own their shit all of the time. They fuck up, they own it. They don't move in their business, they own it. They don't show up the way they want to, they own it. These are the successful coaches. The unsuccessful coaches are the people who can't even take time to reflect and say, what did I do wrong in this situation? These coaches are the ones that are like, well, it was Jesse's fault, it was Erica's fault, it was Stephanie's fault, it was Angel's fault, it was Mary's fault, it was everyone else's fault but mine. You're not going to get anywhere blaming anybody else. You have to take responsibility for your shit. I take responsibility for every fuck up along the way. And let me tell you, I have learned so many lessons in such a short amount of time as a coach. I have learned so many beautiful lessons that I was the cause of. This could have went better if I did this. I should have been more selective here. How could I have made this situation better? You take control of the situation when you become at cause, when you own your shit. So own your shit And if you're sitting here and you're a coach and you've had a client sit here and rip you apart, tell you weren't a good coach, tell you didn't do everything, tell you all of these negative things about you, it's got nothing to do with you. If every single one of your clients besides this individual is praising you, then you're a great fucking coach. You're amazing. Keep doing what you're doing because what you're doing is working. Don't let one rotten apple poison the well. Because this person is just living at effect. They're not owning their shit and they're looking for a scapegoat because they've turned around and they've taken your program or they've signed up with you as a one-on-one coach, or they've done something and they are now sitting here realizing, I spent all of this money and I haven't done shit in my business. I haven't done shit in my business, so what am I going to do now? Well, it's not my fault. I did all of the things. I did this. They're going to point the finger at you. That's part of the responsibility of being a coach. It's going to happen. And it probably will happen over time, a couple of times, maybe 4 or 5 times. Like, it will happen. If every single one of your clients is saying you're a shitty coach, that's a little bit of a different story. And I would take the time to then realize that you may also be at effect. And maybe you need to sit and you need to reflect on what type of coach you are and the services you're providing for your people. But if everyone is ranting and raving about you, you are a phenomenal coach. Don't let one person fuck that up for you. Don't let one person cause you to spiral out. There are so many different people you will come into contact with, and you cannot take everything so personally. It's a business. Yes, it's your business. Yes, you are the face of your business. Yes, you are the one who is doing the damn thing, but that doesn't mean you have to take on all of their shit. It doesn't mean that you have to take on all of their emotions, all of their pain, all of their inadequacies. That's on them. Detach yourself from the situation, which is hard. It's hard. It's hard as a woman and it's hard as a coach, but you have to draw the lines. You're a CEO, you're a boss. You're not just their mom. You're not just their sister. You're not just their best friend. You're their fucking coach. And so the same thing goes, coaches. You can't be afraid to check your clients. Meaning if your clients come up with excuses every single time, you as a coach have got to call them out on it in a nice, caring, supporting, loving way. But you have to have the confidence and the abilities of yourself to sit here and say, you know what, Danielle, you have not been moving in your business. Every week you meet up with me and you give me a laundry list of excuses. So I want to make sure that you get the most out of your money. I want to make sure that you have the best time together. So what do I need to do to get you to where you need to be? What type of support do you need? Because when you come at me with laundry lists of excuses, I can't do anything but sit back and just let you complain. And that's not why you hired me. You didn't hire me to spend 2 months of bitching and moaning about your life. No, you hired me to get your business off the ground. So what can I do to support you? You are going to have so many different types of clients, and you have to detach yourself from each and every single one. And that's hard. And I totally understand that. But take it from someone who is like, I've grown pretty rapidly over the last 6 to 7 months. And I've had to learn this mistake myself because I am a person who, Adam jokes that I'm like a hard outside, but I'm a soft little center. But I have a big heart. And so I try to take on other people's shit too often. And I have had to learn over the last few months, you got to draw the line. And you have to be confident in your abilities. And if someone calls you out and says you're being a shitty coach, sit in it for a second and reflect on the actual interaction with that person. Were you a shitty coach? Were you at your best? Did you provide them service plus more? If you did, then it's not you. It's them and they're looking for a scapegoat. And you can take a step back from that. You can take some comfort in knowing that it has nothing to do with you and your abilities. You're a phenomenal coach. So keep on coaching and let that person go. Don't get upset over it, which is hard. Don't fucking obsess over it, which is hard. Don't downward spiral, which is hard. But the fact of the matter is, people are still signing up with you for a reason. You get results. You are a good coach. Don't let one person tell you otherwise. I love you guys so much. I hope you all have a fucking kick-ass day. Bye. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you like what you saw, go right ahead and click the subscribe button. Also, don't forget to head over to iTunes and check out my podcast, Fierce as Fuck. Thank you so much, and go grab today by the balls and make it your bitch.